Now, we want to consider the last aspect as a way of solution. A quick recap will do. So far, we've seen that time can either be wasted, time can be spent, or time can be invested. We, at the New African concept, what we are proposing is that eschew time-wasting activities, reduce to the barest minimum, and then adjust, if need be, based on capacity, time-spending activities, and then maximize the investment of your time into time-investing activities. We've also said that if you want to be very focused in life, you start from the question of purpose. With purpose comes a sense of urgency. With purpose comes a sense of commitment, hard work, and passion. We've also said that when you give yourself to much pursuit of knowledge and an enlightenment, it will spark a wave of understanding. Though knowledge itself on its own does not transform, but it stimulates an inferno, a certain fire in you to what? Commit to a sense of urgency that, wow, I cannot afford to waste my time and my life anymore. Then again, this aspect is also very important. That is the aspect of legislation and empowerment, or empowerment and legislation. First, with empowerment. When I talk of empowerment, I am talking of systems that is programmed within the society in order to help you have a particular kind of support system to be able to do what you want to do. I am talking particularly about discipleship in the religious, setting, and in the generic setting, I am talking about mentorship. A mentorless life will go nowhere and achieve so little. Never forget this statement. A life without mentorship, or a mentorless life, will go nowhere and then will achieve so little. Because at the end of the day, you will be making a lot of mistakes. You will open yourself up to a lot of mistakes. We want to commit ourselves, and we run a lot of mentorship sessions from leadership to various aspects. Empowerment is very key. Information alone is not enough. And that is why we are granting the platform for empowerment. Reach out to us as well on this matter, and then we will be willing to take you through our mentorship class. That will help to build you up, grant you heavy perspectives, to renew your value systems, to renew your thinking patterns, your mindset, your worldview, and then to put you on a particular level as far as these issues are concerned. Beyond this is the need for legislation. You see, if you are only going to do the right thing because of the threat of the punishment of the law, then unfortunately you have reduced yourself to being animalistic. Because it takes animals, animals to be chased with canes and then all those kind of stuff. What makes a human being is the ability to reason, read in between the lines, and then have a comprehensive grasp of what it means to pursue vision, what it means to pursue purpose, what it means to pursue a greater good for the common good of the people. However, because we are humans, one thing that defines humanity is the word limitation. We are all limited at one point in time or the other. And for this, there is the need for legislation. From our traditional leadership, our political leadership, and the various kind of leadership, to help enforce certain laws which will create the national consciousness of the need to respect time. If you are a politician and you are going for a campaign or a rally, please don't keep the people waiting in the sun. for 2 hours, waiting at the conference hall for 5 hours, and then you just pop in after 2 hours of keeping them waiting, and then you just pop in, and the sad thing is that you don't even apologize, because, and then the people, even the saddest part is the people whose time has been wasted, 2 hours of their time have been wasted just waiting for you to come, and then they were just playing, rally songs, and then they were just dancing away their lives and destinies. These people, instead of rising up and then trying to speak some sense in order to bring you back into alignment, we have the people whose time have been wasted still cheering our political leaders, calling them honorables, my lords, and then all that. We as Africans, we are lovers of titles, slogans, and then nomenclatures, and then tags. But we are not willing to bear the responsibility that it comes with. The point is clear that there is the need for, elements of nation building or national transformative values, the likes of what we are talking about, to be enacted into law. That is legislation. At that level, it will put us on our toes for us to commit to doing the right thing. So these are some of the specific practical ways. In fact, there are several, but because of the brevity of these sessions, we don't seek to make it very extensive with these sessions. The goal is to stimulate our minds so that we can research more, read more, and then have deeper conversations. And that is why we recommend that you, show what you also think about all what we are saying. You are not bound to agree with us on everything that we are saying. No, we are making a thesis. You can come up with an antithesis so that we can synthesize it and then get the way forward. We are making certain proposals. You can come with counter arguments. We are all in the learning, spree. At the end of the day, our ultimate goal is that we will be able to make Ghana a great nation, and then Africa a great continent, and then the black race a very proud race, unlike how it is today. There are greater days ahead, and our recommendation is that the time has come for us to focus on respecting time. I told you that we are making a drift, and this is the drift as we are about ending this whole session for this quarter. This is the drift that instead of Ghanaman time, we present to you the New African time. When people tell you that, oh, Ghanaman time, tell the person that, are you the only stranger in Jerusalem? Hast thou not heard? Hast thou not seen that there is a new wave coming? Ghanaman time is going to be a thing of the past. We must all deliberately, this is how nations are built. Building nations are predicated on the wheels of intentionality and deliberate commitment. Nations are not built by miracles. Nations are built by principles, procedures, processes, and then we can seal it up with prayers. But it must take this mindset. So let this conversation dominate the airwaves from our campuses all through to the streets. When you hear this, make a personal commitment that in your life you are going to start. I know it is not going to be easy, because in our giving context, we don't respect time. From the churches to the parliamentarians, to the politicians, to the lecturers, it is, just a colossal national failure. We don't respect and value time in any way. But we cannot keep on business as usual. We introduce to you the New African Concept time. So instead of GMT, which is the Ghanaman time, we are talking of the New African time. What is the difference? Ghanaman time is that if the meeting is 8 o'clock p.m., what it means is that start leaving the house by 8:30 p.m., arrive by 9:30 p.m., and then leave by 10 p.m. That is what? That is the voice of the Ghanaman time. The voice of the New African time is that if the meeting is 8 o'clock, make it a personal principle that I compel myself and I choose to be there latest 5 minutes to time. This psyche must be inoculated into our cultural DNA. We must consciously cut it into us. Enti uko meeting, uni obi wo appointment. Meeting eye ewia 12. Misraw enye 12 no ana ufri honum ako. Na uko duru ho wana waka say oh abi you know say on say traffic enom ne ade. No. You know very well that where you are coming from there is traffic. You must factor all these things into the journey so that you leave the house earlier. I've been telling my people this, and then it is very important. Be so time conscious that and consistent with what we are saying that the day you are late for a program or for a meeting, you wouldn't even have to apologize. Because people know you so much that no, for this guy to be late for this meeting today, what it means is that something genuine might have what? Crossed up. Be so time conscious. Be so punctual. Be so focused. Be so deliberately consistent. So much so that the time that you are late, even with 5 minutes, you wouldn't have to apologize. And when for any genuine reason you arrive late for a meeting, please have some dignity for yourself and dignity for the meeting. And then if you have the opportunity, tender in an unqualified apology. Don't make it a norm. Don't make it a norm that I am the big man in town. So when I attend a meeting late, that is what makes it honorable. No. This kind of generation of Ghanaman time is gradually passing. What is going to predominate is going to be that of the New African time. The Ghanaman time says that if the meeting is planned to be 3 hours, by the time you realize we are going to spend 5 hours, because at the end of the day, we open tema uja nui onkoya. When you say that it is actually an affront, what it means is that you don't value their lives and then engagements of their time. The voice of the New African concept or the New African time is that we said we are going to use 3 hours for this meeting. Truly, we use 3 hours. We said this meeting is going to be a 1 hour session and then we use 1 hour. It is true that certain times there will be a bit of an overboard. But we should be so consistent with this that the times that for whatever genuine reason we go beyond the slotted time, we wouldn't even have to even apologize, because the people know that for this person, for this group, for this church to have gone beyond the time, then it is something critically genuine, because they have proven without doubt consistently that these people, they are able to produce something meaningful through consistency with time. The New African time is what we present as a parallel counter argument, counter philosophy to the Ghanaman time. We must not continue business as usual. Stay blessed.